First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash, and to my selves great millstone, while unto truth, and also to those elect that scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great, powerful lesson through spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And the type of day lesson is Endtime news, deadly floods in Spain. So I like to say Shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today, let's have a quick news article here by ABC News. And it reads that Spain horrific flooding, another nasty hit in a fall where climate extreme just keep coming. Let's get a little bit more. It says here, it said even for an era of more extreme weather, this autumn has seemingly shifted into yet another gear, especially in a rain-weary Europe where massive and deadly flooding in Spain, Valencia, region is the latest incarnation. So at least 95 people have been killed in flooding that sent cars piling up like flotasm on the beach. It said while an ocean away, much of the United States breaks through a nearly rain-free October that has created a flash drought. So we're seeing all these different weather anomalies. There's a lot of rumors that they're using this HARP weather manipulating machine. But one thing about it is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Remember, the Lord is in perfect control. So we're seeing right now all these things are constantly happening. Over here, they have called a state of emergency over there in Valencia, Spain. It said cars were piled up just like toys. Great devastation, great death. So these things are constantly picking up. The tensions is constantly rising. These prophecies are constantly speaking loud and clear. And also right here in our own backyard in America, Babylon the Great, we're seeing that it's no rain. And we already know that it's, we know that Esau got something cooking. We already know that we're not ignorant of his devices. So we already know that it says in several states, I think Texas, Oklahoma, I think Louisiana, and also Mississippi, and I think some parts of Alabama, it said heavy rain is coming and high winds, tornadoes. So these things are constantly picking up. Right now, it's dry. It hadn't been in the rain the whole month of October. When had this happened? So one thing about it, we know that we're here. If you don't think that we're living in the end time, keep right on living, because one thing about it, the Lord's getting ready to show up and show out. And one thing about it, the Lord is visiting the earth that he created. So we already see right here, 95 people has been killed, and also the death toll is rising. So we constantly seeing it left and right. So today, right now, it's dry. Tomorrow, a horrific storm system is moving through all these different areas around the world. Global events are taking place right before our eyes. The end is constantly being manifest left and right. And the middle Lord constantly warning you of all these impending dangers. And we're constantly warning you left and right. We already know that we are very, very close. These elections, we're getting very close to the election, I think, in 8 or 9 more days. And also we know this wicked pagan holiday, Halloween, is coming up. So it's going to, a lot of things, devil night. So, you look up the history on Halloween, and one thing about it, we're not even worried about none of this. We're not worried about the election. We're not worried about this weather, what's going on. All we worried about is getting the hell up out of here. And also we knowing that the war drums are beating, in Russia, with Ukraine, Iran, Israel, also North Korea, South Korea, and also with China. There's already rumors that China is getting ready to invade Taiwan. Also it's saying that I think North Korea is getting ready to test their nuclear, getting ready to do a nuclear test right before the election. So we already seeing that this setting the stage for all hell breaking loose, and these weather patterns are constantly getting what stronger and stronger, more obvious and obvious that the Lord is what is constantly visiting the earth that He created. The eyes of the Lord is what in every place, beholding the good and the evil. You know what? Who are the eyes of the Most High? Those are the angels that ride around what they ignorant call UFO or UAPs. So many different sightings. They're constantly doing the bidding of the Lord, bringing forth all this heaven rain, storms, tsunamis, this flash flooding right here in ABC. I got a couple of videos bringing. We're not gonna run this video. I got 3 other videos better than this one. So we know that we're here. That's why we constantly bringing these things out left and right. You know, the Lord has set up watchmen to warn you of what's getting ready to happen. And right now it's time to seek the Lord, because one thing about it, we're seeing these things are constantly picking up. We're here. It is at the door. So now let's get a couple of quick precepts. Then we'll open up the videos. Let's go here. Let's start here right quick. 2 Amos chapter 8 and verse 50 said, "For many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." So one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to cease the arrogancy of the proud. A lot of people have that do thy will spirit, constantly being covetous, lovers of themselves, despiser of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, constantly not considering, not aware of the signs of the time, and they are right before your face. So many great what? Misery, many great what? Calamities, many great what? Catastrophe, one behind another. You know what I'm saying? They're going to constantly keep picking up. And one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? They are what? In overdrive. And one thing about it, they're going to keep coming to the what? The great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. The Lord is causing these things to happen all around the world, whether you believe it or not. So now let's get another one. Let's go here. Let's go here too. This is exactly what the Lord is doing, visiting the earth that He created. Right here, Isaiah, we always bring it out all the time. Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. And it says here, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquakes and great noise, with storms and tempests and the flame of devouring fire." So exactly, the Lord is constantly visiting the earth through the what? Through the what? These storms, through these what? Earthquakes, volcanic activity, through this great noise that's getting ready to happen, which in fact is this thermonuclear exchange. It's a nuclear attack. It's constantly it's rumors all over the place. Things could go nuclear any given time. We already know massive death is going to happen if one of these missiles get fired. We already knowing that, but the Lord is in perfect control. He will guide these missiles. But we knowing that we're in this time. We seeing that everything is playing out, right before our eye. And one thing about it, we're living in some very, very dangerous time. Some very, very what? Perilous time. And they're constantly picking up. And that's why the Lord is constantly visiting the earth. He constantly trying to get your attention before He bring it. You know what I'm saying? When He bring it. And one thing about it, it's nothing you can do about it. Either you're a part of the 2/3 or you're a part of the 1/3. Everyone is standing in their lot. We're at the end of the movie. And we're constantly warning you left and right. Let's read it once again. It's Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts, or armies, with thunder, with earthquakes and great noise, with storms and tempests, tornadoes, cyclones, tsunamis." And the list goes on and on. Flash flooding, heavy rains, and it's on and on and on. Hailstorm. You know what I'm saying? Man, the Lord is bringing it. He's not missing a beat, Salaki. And the Lord is what? He's just getting busy. He just scratched the surface. And one thing about it, it's going to constantly pick up. A lot of great mourning, great sorrows, great death is at the door. That flame of devouring fire. These forest fire also goes into that laser and chariot fire. And also these IBCM missiles. Things are getting ready to get very critical. And one thing about it, if the Lord is not on your side, you're going to be unalive. So now, I started today's video. And after the video, we start the lesson. And I hope that you will get edified.
dramatic video tonight of catastrophic flooding sweeping across parts of Spain, leaving more than 90 dead, with many residents still missing. Streets swallowed by violent waters after almost a year's worth of rain fell in a matter of hours in one town, with parts of southeastern Spain deluged by rain and hailstorm. More than 2,000 people are reported trapped. The military called in to help, with more than 1,000 personnel assisting rescue operations in Valencia. Helicopters descending into neighborhoods, airlifting some people trapped in cars and homes. Others taken to safety by boat. Tonight, rescuers working to reach some 650 people trapped inside an IKEA store. And as the water subsides in some areas, the damage widespread. Cars tossed around by the floods, now piled up along the streets. Large sections of buildings, roads and bridges washed away, leaving many towns cut off.
So now let's go here to Ezekiel chapter 12. Ezekiel chapter 12, you're seeing right now the Lord is constantly visiting the earth that he created. But a lot of people are seeing and what they see not. Let's go here. Ezekiel chapter 12. Let's get this one right quick. Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 2. It says, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house. Either they will hear or either they will forbear. So one thing about it, a lot of people are seeing, what's going on around the world, constantly thinking about what these elections, I'm voting for this witch, whatever name, Kamala Harris. I'm voting for this red devil, Donald Trump. And one thing about it, it really does not matter. Win or lose, we know that these things are getting ready to come to a head. You know what I'm saying? We're at the end of all things. We're constantly on the end of what? Of this eon, of this age, of the what? Of this temporal world. At the end of the what? Esau, Edom rulership. Esau is the end of this earth, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. The kingdom of heaven is fast approaching. That's what we're constantly seeing. The vibration is changing. We're seeing each and every day. We're constantly getting these strange weather anomalies every day. But it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. We asking the Lord, how long, O Lord? We are ready to get out of here. Bring it on, Lord, so we can get out of here. The Lord already said he will deliver his elect. He will protect his elect. So let's read this once again. It says, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which has eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not. So a lot of people, they're hearing, They're watching the prophets. They seeing them in the highways and byways. They constantly scoffing them out. They seeing what's going on around the world. Oh man, they got a flood today. Oh, they're man, it's some bad weather. The things looking strange. Time is constantly speeding up. Even someone that's not in the truth, they are noticing all these things. But one thing about it, they constantly what turning their back. They constantly just looking the other way. Just not what considering. You know what I'm saying? Not even aware of what's getting ready to take place before they are. They keep thinking that everything is going to be all right. This is just, what I'm saying, a bump in the road. But one thing about it is nothing is going back to same. These things are constantly picking up. They're getting worse and worse. It's no more sense of normalcy. All hell is getting ready to break loose. Order out of chaos. Also, the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. And don't forget, that grain of rice is right around the corner. And one thing about it, our people are hearing. They're seeing, but what they're doing, constantly scoffing and mocking. That's why the Lord said they are a rebellious house to this day. And one thing about it, in that day, when all this hell break loose, they shall know that a prophet was among them. We're constantly warning you left and right. That's why we're constantly showing you all these different things that's happening around the world. The Lord said, keep not silent. Warn them for me. And one thing about it is that's what we're constantly doing each and every day. We asking the Lord to have mercy upon us, that we're part of the hopeful elect. And one thing about it, the people, they won't unstop their ears. They won't open their damn eyes, their spiritual eyes, which in fact you gotta have to be spiritual to see what's coming. And the only one that see what's coming is what the elect, the true believers of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, starting with the 144, the prophet, also that great multitude, men and women, that the Lord is going to come back on that fathership. We're seeing all this activity across the world. The vibration is changing. The Lord is setting the earth back in order right before our eyes. The Lord is doing a mighty work. So now, let's go to our last and final script. Let's go here to First Peter, just a quick lesson through the Spirit. First Peter chapter 4, we'll close out here. I quoted it, I might always get it. First Peter chapter 4 and verse 7, this is exactly what we're seeing right here. First Peter chapter 4 and verse 7 said, but the end of all things is at hand. Said, be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. And one thing about it, we got to be watching the signs of the time, constantly measuring the time diligently in itself. Also what praying without ceasing, a sober mind going to a stable mind. Keep the faith. Constantly. Walk in the path of righteousness. The just shall live by faith. And one thing about it, we getting ready to go through, a tremendous time, through much tribulation. Ye shall enter the kingdom of heaven. And once again, the Lord is just getting started. Said, but the end of all things, the end of what? Of this age, the end of what? This year, the end of everything that you know and see. If you love it here, once again, you're going to die here. Everything is fading away. This earth age is fading away. The Lord said, love not the world, neither anything in it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in this truth, this wisdom and knowledge, and you're not part of the elect, you're going to be totally destroyed. And one thing, you're going to be caught off guard. Let's read this once again. It said, 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. So we seeing it all around the world. So every day we seeing the end of all things is taking place right before our eyes. And once again, the Lord is setting everything back in order right before our eyes. And one thing about it, once again, our salvation is at the door, and also the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness is faster approaching. So the title of the day's lesson, once again, is End Time News, Deadly Flood in Spain. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.